Good morning, good morning. Good morning, folks. Merry Stupid O'Clock. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels, and we're going back to that horrible world known as the JRC. But before we do, the usual disclaimers and a little I'm a wee bit shaken. I know it doesn't quite show, but let me tell you what I'm talking about, and we'll get into the disclaimers. So about around 3 a.m., almost an hour ago now, there was a banging at my door. So I go up, and I don't know if the dude was homeless or not, or what was going on with him. But he was asking to come in and talk. This complete stranger I've never seen before in my life proceeds to pull out his pockets and then drops his drawers to show there are no weapons. And you guys know I get up early in order to do these vids and then get to work. So I just said that I tried to be polite. And he just continued to argue. So I, of course, shut the door and locked it. And through the door, you don't even know me. I'm like, yeah, I didn't say it, but my thoughts were like, yeah, exactly the point. I don't fucking know you. You're some random dude banging on my door at 3 a.m. asking to, and I quote, folks, speak with a woman. I'm sorry, but all the red flags were going up in my head. It was like a red flag parade. So, yeah, that's been my morning so far, and I am officially paranoid to do my usual trip this morning down to the gas station to get my goddamn gummies. Because that guy, my cat didn't like him much either. He was watching him like a hawk. I guess he was circling around my balcony because he had his eyes peeled out in that area. So, yeah, I'm a little bit rattled this morning. All right. Now, usually, folks, when I deal with homeless that come out into my area, like say they approach me when I'm taking out the trash, for example, I'll give them enough cash if I have it on me in order to go to the bus stop. I'll direct them where the bus stop is. I let them know they can find help up at Mercy. They can get them in contact with the Missouri Hotel. I let them know about the Dollar Tree if they're hungry and they're not really looking for accommodations. I don't mind helping out the homeless. I make it a point to do so. But am I wrong here? Because I don't feel like I'm wrong. Let me know. All right, folks, in the disclaimers, you're going to find the article that the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center doesn't want you to read. It is written by NeuroClastic, a small non-for-profit started by Autistics for Autistics, where they interviewed over 900 ABA professionals and surveyed them in regards to the quote-unquote behavioral treatment program at the JRC. Matter of fact, the JRC doesn't want you to read this article so much they have threatened NeuroClastic with a defamation lawsuit if they did not get it off their website. NeuroClastic has refused, so you know what to do. Share on all social media. We also have NeuroClastic's public statement on the matter, as well as a link to their GoFundMe, just in case the JRC has the balls to see through their threat. We also got the links in regards to the Agape boarding school situation. Agape boarding school is a school out in Stockton, Missouri that has counted 19 pending lawsuits that are alleging abuse, sexual abuse, torture, and starvation, and as well as overworking the boys' general health concerns. So, we have the articles in regards to the situation. I have still, to this moment, not come up with anything in regards to where Agape has said anything in defense of themselves. If you find anything, please let me know in the comments. We also got the other pertinent links to the Stop the Shocks campaign, including Autistic Hoya's massive archive on the subject, the templates, and the ever-present self-explanatory change.org Shut the Judge Rotenberg Center Down petition. Folks, when we discuss the JRC, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of people with disabilities being tortured and abused. If you do have young children present, please use your headphones, alright? Alright, so let's go to where we left off yesterday. Well, I'm still shaking off the jitters here. JRC relies heavily on brief observations of students' behavior in combination with a history of students' problems to recommend use of aversive behavioral interventions. This is not a true statement, oh God. Constant observation of the student behavior occurs at JRC 24 hours a day per data collection. Students are observed and data is collected for months, sometimes years prior to recommending the use of aversive intervention. Student behaviors are observed live as well as through the digital video monitoring. Okay, first off, you're lying. Jennifer Masumba was in there 1 fucking week before you were already petitioning the judge. Don't give me your bullshit, JRC. You do the bare fucking minimum to make it look like, well, we tried, before slapping them on that device. The only people they actually probably observed for months would be us verbals. Let's call it what it is, shall we? If you're verbal, they might give you a few months before they slap you on the torture device. Maybe. Just maybe, because that wasn't Jennifer Masumba's experience. You know what I'm saying? And then they roll you in looking like Hannibal Lecter. And let's play devil's advocate here. Say what they say is true. Do they not understand how this is worse? You are actually saying, no, these students never get any private time, and actually you are going and hunting for behaviors to punish. You are hunting for behaviors and provoking behaviors to justify throwing a shock device on a human being. Anybody understands how that's worse? Jesus Christ. Moving on, JRC's process for assessing problem target behaviors lacks specific information on the function cause of the actual behavior, and primarily seeks to eliminate behavior through the use of punishment, including aversive interventions. Review of the student programs plans did not reveal the identification or interventions to be used to address the functions of the behaviors we're serving for these students. Who's surprised? Nobody. Nobody is surprised. See, they don't try any other methods. Oh, they tell you that they do, but we give them the token program and we praise them for good behavior. Okay, let me stop you right there, Karen. If I have someone constantly going behind me in fucking monotone, yelling constantly, good verbal communication, I'm going to want to eventually get up and jack that person in the jaw just to get them to shut the hell up. That's not helping anything. Praise is not effective unless it's genuine. Let me say that for the idiots in the back. Praise is not effective unless it's genuine. If it's coming from a genuine place, then it's effective. When you are monitoring out that shit 24 hours a day, it doesn't have an effect other than to annoy the piss out of an autistic, and also freaking cause us to go batshit insane because you won't shut up. Number 2, tokens. That is the most condescending bunch of bullshit I've ever seen. It's infantilizing of the person with a disability. When you have fucking 21-year-olds saying, and you get a token and you can use this to get a toy, fucking spare me. Spare me, okay? Okay. Now let's read this bullshit. Oh, here we go again. JRC court-approved treatment plans contain a section on the functional assessment. For the love of God, can you please stop slamming the Massachusetts courts down our throats? We get it, JRC. They're in your back fucking pocket. We get it. But your state, particularly your court systems, don't exactly have a stellar record in regards to what they consider safe and what they allow. You do know your state is fucking infamous to the rest of the world because of Salem, right? You remember that Salem was court approved, yes? Not exactly the best record you all have there. It's not the flex that you think it is. I don't give a shit if a treatment is court approved. Is it approved as a medical treatment across the board? Yes, including by states that are not in your back fucking pocket. If it is not, then guess what? You can have all the court approval in the world. You could have politicians singing your praises to the skies. But it doesn't mean jack shit when it doesn't mesh with the rest of the medical international fucking community. To sit there bald-faced and look us all in the eyes and say that you just received the worst autistics and other people's ever is bullshit. The numbers don't work. The numbers literally don't work. JRC, do you have any idea how many autistics there are in this world? Just diagnosed. Let's not count the undiagnosed. Let's just start with diagnosed. Millions at this point. Literally millions. Are you really going to sit there and tell me that only you get people so severe that we have to be put on a fucking torture device? Spare me. During the months or even years before going to court, positive procedures and results of functional assessment can be seen in many changes the JRC makes to an individual's program. Oh, you mean when you try that token bullshit, but we were just talking about that condescending bullshit. And by the way, let's talk about the problem of the token program, the elephant in the room the JRC never wants to address. Autistics reject change like uniformly. You put us on that token program, and then you try to fade us off of it. That's a change, folks, and how do you think we're going to fucking react? Same time any change happens, yes, even in ordinary life, believe it or not, behaviors are going to pop up. They will then use those behaviors that are coming due to change in order to use it as justification to put us on the fucking device. They'll use it as justification to see it's not working. It's underhanded as fuck, folks. These people have been treating autistics for years. You think they don't know some of the things that make us tick? Think they don't know that a radical change to how we're being treated is not going to cause behaviors to come up? They fucking know. And they're doing it on purpose. They're doing it in order to say, see, it's not working. We got to put them on the shock device. Right? Just saying. For example, when contracts are changed The changes take into account the function of the behavior, particularly if the behavior appears to be motivated by obtaining tangible items. See, that's the fucking thing. JRC always thinks these behaviors are willful and we're trying to gain something from them. That's not how it works, Karen. When I have an autistic behavior, I don't want fucking attention. Matter of fact, attention is the last goddamn thing I need when some of my autism traits that come out to haunt me. What I need to be is left completely and utterly the fuck alone so I can pull myself the fuck together. I'm not trying to obtain anything. I don't want an object. I'm not trying to get attention. There's no reward that I am seeking by one of my behaviors coming out to haunt me. None. See, that's the fallacy behind ABA. It's this idea that this behavior serves a function to get us what we want. That's not how it works. Speaking as an autistic who has lived this life for 37 fucking years. And being hyper observant, yes, even of myself and my own motivations, that's not the purpose that the behaviors serve or served. Okay? They come out when I'm fucking stressed, when there is a sudden radical change, or even a gradual change, which I can handle, but fucking barely. And I will still have some traits come out during that time period of change. These behaviors are not a means to an end. They are a result of something. They are not used to obtain something. It is a result of a whole lot of different factors. Like, you are assigning desires and things to us that we don't have, nor did we indicate. Basically, you're equivalating us to a 3-year-old throwing a temper tantrum. It's insulting and it's garbage. Let's move on here. Shorter or simpler tasks are designed to accommodate behaviors that appear to be escape motivated. Oh, gee, I fucking wonder why. Could it be the neighbor next to me that's screaming bloody murder? Where behaviors appear to be motivated by attention-seeking social opportunities may be programmed as contingent rewards for behavioral contracts. You see what I mean? She just wants attention. She just wants to get this. She just wants to get that. No, Karen, not at all. Not at all. Matter of fact, when I'm at my autistic worst, I don't want anyone near me. I need everything to stop. All sounds, sights, colors, all of it. No noise, no lights, no sounds, no sensory, no fucking nothing. God, I hate people. Where behaviors appear to be automatically reinforced, the use of manipulative items may be part of the curriculum or reward scheme. You see this right here? You see this right here? What they're saying here is reasonable accommodations are a reward that you have to earn. Things like sensory balls, like a stress ball, for example, can actually stop a meltdown in me before it fucking starts. Just by having that little bit of sensory to where I can like grip it, and you get what I mean there. But the JRC would say, but Tiffany, what about your behaviors? You can't have that stress ball because you haven't earned it. Honey, if I earned it, I wouldn't fucking need it. Reasonable accommodation should not have to be earned. That should be an automatic part of the goddamn program. Assistive devices. Reasonable accommodations are used in order to bring down the behaviors, particularly assistive devices, in order to help us better communicate and self-regulate. But no, at the JRC, you have to earn them with good behavior. You're not allowed to use them in order to self-regulate and help you come down from that behavior on your own. And on that little tidbit, folks, we're going to close out this morning. We don't get very many views on this channel, especially on this subject. The few that we do tend to get removed from time to time. So please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit the comments. I do appreciate your time this morning. As always, we here at Smelling Tea hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.